In January 2022, the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources received its first confirmed positive detection of chronic wasting disease in our state. The department has been testing for CWD since 2002 and has enacted multiple proactive regulations over the past 2 decades to help combat the spread of CWD into Alabama. This entire time, hunters have been essential in providing samples and complying with measures that help delay the spread of CWD into Alabama from neighboring states for several years. We take the presence of this disease very seriously, which is why we developed a CWD Strategic Surveillance and Response Plan in 2012 to help deal with CWD if and when it was discovered in Alabama. The confirmed positive detection is from a hunter-harvested deer in Lauderdale County. Now that Alabama has joined the list of CWD-positive states, we are taking additional steps of our plan and enacting a new regulation in the area where the disease was detected. Lauderdale and Colbert counties are now designated as a Chronic Wasting Disease Management Zone, or CMZ. The area in Lauderdale County west of U.S. Highway 43 to the Mississippi and Tennessee state lines and south to the Tennessee River is designated a high-risk zone, or HRZ. The remainder of Lauderdale County and all of Colbert County is designated a buffer zone. Effective immediately, there will be no daily or seasonal bag limits or antler restrictions for white-tailed deer in Lauderdale or Colbert counties. This means that you can harvest as many deer as you'd like every day on private land, open permit public land, and wildlife management areas in Lauderdale and Colbert counties between now and February 10th, using any legal archery or firearms equipment. These season and bag limit changes do not apply to any other WMAs or to private or open permit public land outside of Lauderdale or Colbert counties. All deer must be reported through Game Check. WMA hunters should continue to use daily permits or the Outdoor Alabama app to check in and out of the WMAs. Within the HRZ, which is the area in Lauderdale County west of U.S. Highway 43 to the Mississippi and Tennessee state lines and south to the Tennessee River, it is mandatory that samples from all deer harvested are submitted for CWD testing. Within the buffer zone, hunters are encouraged to submit their deer heads for testing. We will provide drop-off freezers for deer heads and staff mobile sampling stations in convenient areas. Movement of harvested deer within the management zone will be limited, and it is critical that hunters understand what is allowed. Deer harvested within the HRZ must remain and be disposed of within the HRZ. Deer harvested within the buffer zone must remain and be disposed of within the CMZ. Deboned meat, clean skull plates, and raw hides with no visible brain or spinal cord tissue present may be transported outside of these zones. The transportation of deer outside of the management zone has the potential to spread chronic wasting disease. Hunters, we need your help now more than ever to understand the distribution and prevalence of chronic wasting disease in Alabama. Help us fight CWD by getting out there to hunt and submitting your deer heads for testing. Thank you for your efforts. You can learn more about Game Check, the new regulation, and guidance on best management practices for harvest transportation, disposal, and testing by visiting outdooralabama.com/CWD-info.